Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to listen to a story about greed and how much it influences our soul. It is important to reflect ourselves and be reminded of what greed could do to a person. Well, if you all are ready, let's begin the story.
In the quiet village of Eldermere, nestled between rolling hills and a dense, ancient forest, life was simple and content. The villagers lived off the land, sharing what they had and finding joy in the little things. But beneath the surface of this idyllic life, there was a legend, a tale whispered by elders to warn the young about the dangers of greed. The legend spoke of a hidden cave deep within the forest, where a treasure of unimaginable wealth was said to be guarded by a powerful spirit. The treasure was said to be cursed, and anyone who sought it out would be consumed by their own greed, losing everything they held dear. For generations, the villagers heeded the warning, avoiding the forest and living in harmony. But one day, a young man named Alaric, driven by ambition and a desire for more, decided to seek out the treasure for himself. Alaric had always been different from the others. While his peers were satisfied with their simple lives, he dreamed of grandeur and wealth. He believed that the treasure was his destiny, and he was determined to claim it, no matter the cost. One moonless night, Alaric sneaked out of the village and ventured into the forest. The trees loomed tall and dark, their branches twisting like skeletal fingers. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves. Alaric pressed on, guided by the faint glow of a map he had found in an old book. After hours of walking, he finally reached the cave. Its entrance was hidden behind a curtain of ivy, and the air around it was unnaturally cold. Alaric hesitated for a moment, but the thought of the treasure pushed him forward. Inside the cave, the walls glittered with veins of gold, and the floor was littered with precious gems. In the center of the cavern stood a pedestal, upon which rested a golden chest, intricately carved with symbols that seemed to pulse with a faint, eerie light. Alaric's heart raced as he approached the chest. He could feel the weight of the curse in the air, but his greed overpowered his fear. He opened the chest, and inside was a single, flawless golden coin. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. As soon as he touched the coin, a wave of warmth spread through his body, and he felt invincible. He laughed, clutching the coin tightly, and began to fill his pockets with the gems and gold around him. But as he did, the cave began to tremble, and the light from the symbols on the chest grew brighter. Suddenly, the spirit of the cave appeared before him, a towering figure made of shadow and flame. Its voice echoed through the cavern, deep and resonant. "You have taken what is not yours," the spirit said. "And now, you shall pay the price." Alaric tried to run, but his feet were rooted to the spot. The spirit reached out, and with a touch, it drained the warmth from his body, leaving him cold and empty. The treasures he had gathered turned to dust in his hands, and the golden coin melted away, leaving only a dark stain on his palm. When Alaric returned to the village, he was a changed man. The once ambitious and vibrant young man was now hollow and gaunt, his eyes empty and his spirit broken. He spoke of the curse and the spirit, warning others to never seek out the treasure. But the curse did not end with Alaric. The stain on his palm spread, consuming him until he was nothing but a shadow of his former self. The villagers, terrified, burned his belongings and buried him far from the village, hoping to contain the curse. From that day on, the legend of the Golden Curse became a solemn reminder to the people of Eldermere. They lived their lives with gratitude and contentment, knowing that the pursuit of wealth and power could lead only to ruin. And deep within the forest, the cave remained hidden, its treasure untouched, waiting for the next soul foolish enough to succumb to the lure of greed.
Well, now that you have listened to the story, I hope that you learn an important lesson from this story. Have a good day.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel.